Good evening, Madam Chair. You are ready and all set to go.
Great, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the meeting of the Human and Community Services Committee for October 20th, 2025. And with us this evening, we have committee member Councillor Barry Walters. We also have Deputy Mayor Ben Winograd, Councillor Tiffany McGinnis, and we have our crack staff team here, our town manager Rick Ledwith, library director Laura Ermshire, Director of Leisure Services, Helen Rubino Turco, and our Social Services Director, Liz Bazinski. and Gerida Reinheimer. I think I got everybody. So we will move on to our first agenda item, and that is item 2A, approval of the minutes for September 25th, 2025. And Councillor Walters, would you like to make the motion to approve those?
I make a motion to approve those.
Thank you. I will second it. Any discussion? Not. Minutes are approved. And let's move on to item 2B. And this is an ordinance concerning the Senior Citizens Advisory Commission. And I will turn it over to our town manager.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. First up this evening is really some modest suggested changes to the ordinance concerning the Senior Citizens Advisory Commission. One of those changes involves the changing of term limits of commissioners to 3 years, and that we've done that, if you may recall, in a couple of other commissions recently as well. And it's just bringing this commission in line with other boards and commissions so that we're more consistent across the board. And then the other change is changing the term senior citizens to older adult residents. And I'll pause there, and through you, Madam Chair, turn things over to Helen, who can provide a little more context to these changes.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. The Senior Citizens Advisory Commission was established back in 1971. So the town manager is correct. We really wanted to adjust the term length to make it more consistent with all of our other boards and commissions, and also update some of that outdated language, elderly, retired, those kinds of phrases. And I just do want to compliment the Senior Citizens Advisory Commission. They meet monthly, and they have very interesting topics, very interesting speakers. They really do encompass a lot of important issues that are related to seniors. Their meetings are lively and really informative. And I just want to give them a shout out and encourage our residents to attend a meeting. They're held on Tuesdays. I believe there's one tomorrow. And usually they're held at the Bishop's Corner branch. So really that's the bulk of this ordinance change. Adjusting the term length while we're at it, we also just wanted to update the language. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I want to just make sure we speak to this issue. So we're changing the language of senior citizens in the actual description of the advisory commission, but we're not changing the name. And just so that we're all aware of why that is, can you just share a little bit about the decision that was made there?
I'd be happy to. Yeah, we did reach out to around the state because this issue of updating language is certainly something that we're not the only municipality to be reviewing language like this. And for the most part, they are keeping the name of their commissions the same. The Senior Citizens Advisory Commission is something that is universally used around the state.
Thank you. And I think also, if I'm not mistaken, if we were to change the name of the commission, would we need to shut down the commission entirely and reconstitute it?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Anybody have any questions about this one? Okay.
I also wanted, sorry, I did want to mention that I will be working with the chair of that commission as well as the members, the current members, to create staggered terms so that not everyone's leaving all at the same time. So I'll be working with them to whatever is most comfortable for them.
Great, thank you. All right, I think we're good on this one. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next item, which is a resolution appropriating opioid settlement funds for mini grants.
Yes, thank you. And this resolution will appropriate a portion of the town's opioid settlement funds to support a new mini grant program aimed at addressing the opioid crisis through prevention and treatment initiatives. This approach really represents, I think, an innovative and community-based use of these settlement funds, empowering local partners and organizations to develop and implement programs that meet the needs of those that have been affected by this in our community. I really want to thank the Human and Community Services Committee for its leadership on this important issue, and express my appreciation to Helen and Liz Bazinski, who's with us this evening as well, for their creativity and thoughtful approach to developing this program. So I will again pause there, and through you, Madam Chair, turn things over to Helen and Liz.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. As you may note from this resolution, this is a pilot program. We want to really recognize the work that's going on in the community already, whether it's a nonprofit or a faith-based organization. And we want to expand the reach. We want to reach more people in a variety of ways. And there is some really good work going on in the community. And again, this is a pilot program. We want to see how it goes and perhaps expand it, or certainly continue it as part of the budget process in future years. But we have developed a template for an application, and we really just want to test it out and see how it's received by the community, the capacity of the organizations that we're looking at supporting, and then move it forward, in the following year. And Liz Bazinski, the Assistant Director of Social Services, can also answer any additional questions.
Thank you. Any questions? So the timing of this would be, we would put this on the town council agenda for the end of the month, October 28th. And then when would the grant program open up? Most likely.
We intend to open it up as soon as we can. As Helen said, we have a template already established. I have some outreach to Middletown, who's recently done a similar type of mini grant program. Just to share a little bit more, if that's okay.
Sure.
Some of the eligible activities that we envision are around primary prevention and recovery services. So some examples of those for primary prevention: programs and services focused on preventing substance misuse, such as youth education, parent and community education, public awareness, activities which promote stigma reduction, etc. And then recovery services, which we're really hoping to amplify these services because we've done a lot with public education and public events with our own prevention work. But recovery services, thinking about programs and services targeting people who are in recovery. So doing recovery groups, support groups, job training, recovery coaching, things that support recovery-friendly workplace and community. And again, as Helen said, there is a lot of great things happening in the community. So we're putting these grants out there to see what eligible activities might be happening. Of course, everything needs to meet the national settlement requirements for eligibility. But we're thinking early November, we'll get those out. We're hoping to review quickly and get this money out to good use in the community. Thank you.
Great, thank you. That's helpful. All right, no questions on this one. We will give this our endorsement and have that move forward as well. And we'll move on to the next resolution, which is to accept John G. Martin Foundation grant.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited to introduce this resolution tonight. And then again, it would be on the council agenda for the 28th, accepting a grant from the John G. Martin Foundation to support park improvements. Helen and her team applied for, and we were awarded a $93,500 grant to fund the construction of a new small barn at Westmore Park. And I believe this is, Helen can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the second grant, John G. Martin Foundation grant, that we've received in a little over a year. So very much appreciate their generosity and continued support of what we are doing in our parks. And I will, through you, Madam Chair, turn things over to Helen to provide a little bit more context to that one as well.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Yes, the John G. Martin Foundation is a local private foundation that supports organizations in our region, specifically in areas of education, public service, arts, recreation, that kind of thing. And they prefer to help fund projects that have defined beginnings and ends, so shovel-ready things. And at Westmore Park, the small barn houses maintenance equipment for important programs like the Plant a Row for the Hungry, our pollinators, the Eco Venture program, and the Westmore Arboretum. These are all really foundation central mission-driven activities that are at Westmore Park. And we're delighted that the John G. Martin Foundation recognizes this work and has supported us in the past. They supported us with funding for some fishing docks, waterside dock, as well as fishing platforms that go into docks that go into the water, and a platform that was on the side of one of our ponds. So we're really pleased that they were open to supporting us again.
Thank you. Any questions on this one? Okay. Well, great. Good work pulling that money in for this project. Appreciate it. Communications. Mr. Town Manager, any communications?
Nothing under communications this evening, Madam Chair. We could turn things back over to Helen for Leisure and Social Services update.
All right. All right, you're back on, Helen.
Thank you. Thank you both. In the materials that we provided prior to this meeting that are available online is the department newsletter from Social Services. This is for the fall programs. So it outlines a number of events that are coming up, as well as themes that are related to fall. The most important upcoming event that is being organized is a lecture, a presentation by Laura Stack. She's a best-selling author and a national speaker, and she is speaking on this Thursday, October 23rd, from 2 to 3:30 at Elmwood Community Center in the auditorium there. And she'll be speaking about the dangerous truth about today's marijuana. And this is a very important prevention program that is being supported by a private foundation, but also in conjunction with the West Hartford Prevention Partnership and the West Hartford Prevention Council. So I just wanted to highlight that event. And on the leisure services side, we also are having an upcoming rededication of the Friendship Memorial Park. And you might not be familiar with where that park is, but it's a small parklet on the corner. That's what they call small parklets. It's on the corner of Raymond Road and Park Road, just down the street from Town Hall. And it honors the memory of two Conard High School best friends, Ashley Delia Woodfield and Jennifer Reardon Hamilton, who tragically died in a car accident in 2004. They were both Conard High School students. And recently, the West Hartford Garden Club approached me about wanting to do some renovations there. At the same time, the family was one of the girls was reaching out saying, "Hey, you know, it really has had fallen into some disrepair. As you may recall, the I-84 interchange renovation happened, and they parked a lot of the equipment on that park because it was nearby. And so it really did some damage to some of the existing infrastructure. It's not a lot that's buildable. And so all of these ideas came together at roughly the same time, and we were able to collaborate with the West Hartford Garden Club, Public Works, and Leisure Services to beautify, do some replanting, and install a new bench that is dedicated to these two girls who, from what I understand, really demonstrated an amazing love of friendship and really inspired other people on how to be good friends. So that rededication will happen this Friday at 10 a.m. At the park, and everyone is welcome. Not to be outdone, the Miracle League of Connecticut is also having a special event to honor their executive director, Mike Michaud. After many years of service, he is going to be retiring, and from his position as executive director of the Miracle League of Connecticut. And he is on October 18th. He recently, just this past weekend, called his last game. And so I know that the Miracle League of Connecticut plans to honor him with a plaque of some kind at the field. But we just wanted to wish him well in his retirement and also acknowledge his many years of service for the Miracle League of Connecticut, as well as helping found the Miracle League here in West Hartford. And I also wanted to just highlight quickly that the Fern Ridge Park tennis courts have been completely redone. And we did have a ribbon cutting there last week. I understand I was away, but we did open them up, and they're now open for the public. And these are using post-tensioned concrete, which is a system that we have used in many of our parks, as well as the two high schools. So we have transitioned from a traditional surface to this post-tension concrete, which eliminates cracks and sealing and heaving, and has a much longer lifespan and requires a lot less maintenance. So over time, they're going to prove to be a good asset. Thank you.
Thank you. And the new tennis courts are beautiful. I can attest. Several of us were there for the ribbon cutting. So thanks for your leadership on that project and for your report. And thanks to Mike from the Miracle League, because he really did play a critical role in establishing that program that has benefited so many people in our community. All right, we will move on to the library update.
Good evening. I'm happy to share what's going on with the library this month. First up, I want to tell you about our Bishop's Corner outdoor movie. We had it on Friday night last week. For the first time this year, we had patrons vote for the movie they wanted to see, and they chose How to Train Your Dragon. There's a fun West Hartford connection to this movie. It was produced by Adam Siegel, who was a member of the Hull High School class of 1996, who's currently in London working on the sequel movie. He also attended Norfolk Elementary School and Kingswood Oxford Middle School. And we know this because his dad saw our promotion and emailed the library. So that was fun. So we had a great event. We set up some large-sized lawn games for patrons to use while we were waiting for the sun to set, and we gave out popcorn for the movie. We had about 100 people attend, including a lot of new faces. So we always love to have these big community events where we can introduce people to the library and bring everybody together. Our Babies Love Books program is our literacy program for immigrant families. We're holding our second session this fall at Faxon. We have 12 families registered. This program is made possible by a grant from the William Casper Graustein Memorial Fund and in partnership with Golden Door Hartford, a Center for Immigrants. Our fall session is wrapping up soon, but we have another one planned for this spring. Our attendees are very dedicated to this program. We had one family who had been coming, but were sad to miss a session due to a planned vacation. So while they were in Brazil, they FaceTimed the group so that they could still join the class. Our children's team has been hard at work developing some new programs, and we had our first sensory-friendly story time for children ages 2 to 5. We had that earlier this month. Sensory-friendly story times are a way to serve families who may not feel comfortable in a traditional library story time. They can be helpful for children with autism or developmental disabilities. Our program offered soft lighting, a visual storyboard so that the children could see the order of the program. We had dinosaur-themed interactive books and a finale that included bubbles and free play with quiet sensory-based toys. And we got comments sent in from one of our participants saying that I think you guys did a great job. I appreciated the storyboard showing the schedule, the sensory squishy pad, and all the little details. I was so happy to see the registration was full too. I hope there will be future sessions, and indeed there will be. We're hoping to have these quarterly, and our next one will be this winter. We have three chess programs for kids. We keep offering them and they keep filling up and we need more. So we have a program for children in grades 1 through 4 that's led by local resident and retired educator John Sherman. This is a class for beginners on Monday afternoons at the Noah Webster Library. We have a tween chess class at Saturdays at Faxon, and this one is taught by local teens. And then we have a program for our teens. We're partnering with a New Britain Chess Club, and that is Monday evenings at Noah Webster. And I wanted to give you a heads up that our fall staff day is going to be Thursday, November 6th. All of the libraries will be closed in the morning. We'll open at 2 p.m. We're going to have professional development and team building for library staff. And our featured presentation is AI and the future of libraries. We're having a guest speaker, David Lee King, who's the Digital Services Director at Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. So we're excited to learn all about how he sees the future for AI and libraries working together. And I want to highlight some of our upcoming programs for you. Our big author event, West Hartford Reads, is this Thursday. Liz Moore will be at Sedgwick Middle School. Our program is sold out, but we do have a live stream available. So if you would like to see her talk, you can join the 230 other people on the live stream and make sure you register to get the link through the library. Our Studio 20 Makerspace is doing some programming with our VR headsets. On October 29th, we have Enter the Oculus, Thrills and Chills in the Virtual World. So using the VR headsets, participants can immerse themselves in ghostly mansions, terrifying zombie encounters, and haunted house explorations. This is an example of the opposite of what I would want to do, but I'm really excited that the library can offer all of these programs. And maybe it's a good way to try out all those haunted houses without actually going in them. We have a college applications timeline, what to do and when, on November 5th at Noah Webster. The college application process can sound complicated even on a good day. In this program, Priyanka Shingala of Let's Talk College will provide an updated overview of the process and cover the exact steps you should take to stay on track and even get ahead. End of the month on Halloween, we have our Halloween Storytime and Parade. This is for 2 to 5-year-olds. You can join us for a special Halloween-themed story time, followed by a parade through the library where children can trick-or-treat at the service desk and all the library staff come out and just like giggle over how cute the costumes are. I'm so excited for this one. Our teens are crafting at the branches. They can join us in November at Bishop's Corner in Faxon and decorate wooden bangles. And then later in November, we have our annual Nutcracker program with the Connecticut Concert Ballet, performing excerpts from the Nutcracker Ballet with dancers in full costumes. And after the show, kids can take photos with the ballerinas. So those are my updates. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. Thank you very much. Requests for future agenda items? Right. This is going to be a quick meeting then. Okay. Without any further items on our agenda. Meeting is adjourned, 6:25 p.m. Thanks so much, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks.
Yeah, good night.
Bye.